Installing a processor heatsink. Clean the thermal grease residue off the CPU. Align the processor backplate with the screw holes on the bottom side of the system board, and then lower it down. Holding the processor backplate against the system board, turn the system board over so that the top side is facing up. Note: make sure not to drop the processor backplate when turning the system board over. Align the processor heatsink with the screw holes on the system board, and then lower it down. First, partially fasten screws 1 to 4, and then fully fasten them to secure the processor heat sink to the processor backplate on the bottom side of the system board. Holding both ends of the system board, make sure the bottom side of the system board is facing up, and then lower it to install it on the top cover. Note: when installing the system board, make sure it does not touch the rubber on the edge of the top cover. Align the bottom cover with the guiding slots on both sides of the node, and then place the bottom cover on the bottom of the node. Insert the front and rear I/O brackets in the node and press them in place. On the short side of the bottom cover, fasten the 2 Phillips No. 1 screws with pre-applied white thread-locking adhesive. Fasten the 6 Phillips No. 2 screws to the long side of the bottom cover. And then turn the node over so that the top side is facing up. Slide the XCC Network Access Label tab outward from the node. On the short side of the top cover, fasten the 4 Phillips No. 1 screws with pre-applied white thread-locking adhesive. Note: make sure to slide the XCC Network Access label back after the screw underneath it has been fastened. If applicable, install the expansion filler or the expansion kit. Install the desktop mount fan shroud. Align the fan shroud with the screw holes on the server, and then place the fan shroud on the server. Fasten the 4 screws to secure the fan shroud to the server.